Welcome back, guys. Today we are going to start with our next practical of software engineering. Till now, we are done with four practicals of software engineering, and today we are going to start with fifth practical. And this practical is all about sequence diagram. So let's start with the explanation of sequence diagram. Okay. So sequence diagram commonly used by developers to model the interaction between the objects in a single use case. They illustrate how the different parts of the system interact with each other to carry out a function and the order in which the interaction occurs when a particular use case is executed. So now see guys, if in simple words, if I want to explain you what a sequence diagram is, it is basically a diagram that is used to illustrate the different parts of the system, the interaction between those different parts, and the sequence of steps that need to be performed to get some output done. Okay, so this is all about sequence diagram. We can sequence diagram, we can also say, is structured in such a way that it represents a timeline which begins at the top and descends gradually to mark the sequence of interactions. Each object has a column and the messages exchanged between are represented by arrows. So let's take a quick overview to the various parts of the sequence diagram. There are the notations that we are going to use to draw the sequence diagram. So this is the first notation. This is the lifeline notation. So a sequence diagram is basically made up of several lifelines. These are the lifelines notations. They should be arranged horizontally across the top of the diagram. No two lifeline notation should be overlap with each other. So you can't keep this is the lifeline notation. Okay, so you can't keep one lifeline and the other lifeline notation on this lifeline only. So they should not overlap each other. They represent the different objects or parts that interact with each other. These basically represent what the subparts of the system. Okay, so lifeline notation can also be represented as this notation. This is the actor notation. A lifeline with an actor element symbol is used when a particular sequence diagram is owned by a use case. Okay, these are the activation bars, guys. Now let me show you. These are the activation bars. This shows that these are the lifelines that are activated now. Okay, so activation bar is a box placed on the lifeline. See, on the lifeline, it is used to indicate that an object is activate. For instance, now during an interaction between two objects, the length of the rectangle indicates the duration object staying active. Now see, if the length of this activation bar is more, so this will indicate how much time, how much duration is of the lifeline throughout which this lifeline was activated, or this stayed activated in the activated mode. Okay, so in the sequence diagram, the interaction between two objects occurs when when one object, that is this object, sends the message to other object. Okay, the use of the activation bar of the lifeline of the message caller and the message receiver indicates that both are active. See, this is the sender and this is the receiver. This indicates that both the lifelines, this is the sender, that is the sender and the receiver, both are in the activation mode and they are exchanging the messages. Okay, now these are the messages arrows. Now we'll see these notations also in detail. Now see, this is the synchronization message. Now as shown in the activation bar example, the synchronization message, see, as shown here, the synchronization message is used when a sender waits for the receiver to process the message and return before carrying on with another message. The arrowhead used to indicate this type of message in a solid line, like the like this one line. This should be solid line. Okay. Now we have one more message used. This is the asynchronous message. Now it is basically used when the message caller does not wait for the receiver to process the message and return before sending other messages to other objects within the system. See, both the messages are sent. This doesn't wait for this object to return back the message or give the reply. Okay. Now one more arrow we do have. This is the return message. Means it is used to indicate that the message receiver is done processing the message and is returning control over to the message caller. Okay. So the next symbol we have is the participation creation message. This is the participation creation message. Means it will send the message directly to the head of the lifeline, to the head, not to these activation bars. The objects do not necessarily live for the entire duration of the sequence of the events. Means, see guys, uh, these all are the objects, right? This is the object 1, object 2 and object 3. This is not necessary that these objects, if they exist in the system, they do live for the entire sequence. So this may also possible that at the particular sequence the object is required, so the object is created at that time only. Okay. So the next symbol is participation destruction message. Okay. So participants when no longer needed can be also deleted from the sequence diagram. So this is done by adding and cross at the end of the lifeline of the said participant. Now see, if you don't want this participant or this object anymore in this diagram, so you can use this symbol. See, destroy. Means this cross symbol will indicate that this object live till here only. Okay. So the next is the reflexive message. So the object will send the message back to itself only. This is the comment, guys. If you want to give any comment, you can use this one symbol. And let's do one example of the sequence diagram. Till now we have seen all the first of all we have seen the definition of the sequence diagram, and then we have seen the notations that we are going to use to draw the sequence diagram. Now the third one thing we are going to do is the example of the sequence diagram. So this is also basically the example of ATM machine. We are already done with the example of the ATM machine in the use case diagram and the class diagram, and here also we'll do one example of ATM machine, and in the use in the star UML we'll do some other diagram. Okay, some other example of the sequence diagram. So let's start with this example. So these are basically, guys, the different sub parts of the system. These are three sub parts of the system. These are also called as lifeline notations. This is the head of the lifeline notation, and this is the dashed line on which this basically is the activation bar, which represent the the duration of this lifeline, that how much time this lifeline is activate. Okay. Now let's start. Now first the user will enter the card into the ATM machine, and the ATM machine will ask for the pin. When the user will enter pin, the ATM machine will process. It will show that it is processing. It will verify the ATM, the pin with the bank, and it will validate the pin, and it will allow the user to perform the various operations. That is, it will show the user the various options that you can, what you want to do. You want to withdraw the money, you want to deposit the amount, you want to see the balance, or you want to transfer the money, what you want to do. It will show the different options to the user, and then whatever option the user want to perform, it will select. For example, here it have he has selected the withdrawal option, then he will withdraw and the required amount will be uh, given to the user. Okay, so this was the example. Now see, this is the destruction message used here. This shows that this object will list this object will live for this much time only. Okay, so hope you guys understood this one practical as well. The explanation of this one practical we are going to do with the explanation of the example of one sequence diagram. Guys, please, any queries, mention in the comment section, and subscribe guys to get the notification of the upcoming videos. Whatever videos I am going to upload, you will come to know when you will subscribe. So till then, hope you guys understood this one practical and all the practicals I am explaining you. And till then, bye bye guys, have a good day, see you in the next video.